Hello there, this is Sammy33, and we're going to do some Diamond Dynasty chronicalizing. I didn't get to do this much in Season 1. As a matter of fact, I probably deleted more videos than I planned on, so that's why I really couldn't keep up with it. But I'm going to try to do a much better job of keeping tabs on my progress during Season 2, because I do play this mode a decent amount. Granted, franchise still is my primary mode of choice. It may not look like it with my universal profile, but I do play a lot of franchise. We'll continue to play a lot, but clearly Diamond Dynasty is a mode that I spend a decent amount of time into. So kind of want to recap some of the things that have gone on in my experience with DD so you guys can see what's going on. First up, the reward path. So clearly we have a long way to go. So we've got, less than a little, 9.5 weeks to go before this season ends. And you can see 210K, so a long ways away. Lee Smith will be helpful. We'll work on getting him, obviously, ranked seasons, if you remember from earlier when I was doing these videos. Cardinal themed team, so anyone that is a former Cardinal, this Lee Smith card will be very helpful. You see a four-seamer, no quirk, but he can throw 100. The forkball. Forkball is an interesting pitch. I feel like it works better with some pitchers. I'm thinking of Tom than it does for some Lee. But you still have the cutter. I like my slider cutter combo, so we'll see how this card plays. It'll probably be better than the one that we had in Season 1. That's just my guess. Anyway. Going further down the path, we'll get the bosses. Really interesting choice for them. And this season that we get the same cards, but we get upgraded versions. So I feel like, based on what people said in Season 1, the feedback was it takes too long to get the bosses. So granted, it's going to still take a bit to get to 900K to get the boss version of these cards, but at least you're able to use these players as you're working your way through the reward path. And in theory, given the power creep, they should still play well until you actually get the 99 version. So we'll see how that works. Team Affinity, not bad. Of course, the NL Central is always the first one done. It never fails. Clearly, Dylan Carlson will be someone that I plan on using on the rank squad. Fortunately, in the event's not going so well. You can see I'm batting 158 with him. Not that good. Hayward, too, for that matter. 222. It's better. But small sample size. Definitely would like to see improvement, but Hayward and Carlson will likely be in the outfield. You can go ahead and show. I was going to say my new bar, but given the team, new bar would be my center fielder, and I don't think that's a bad choice for the wild card. In general, I've hit pretty well with him. You see batting 309, and then I will superfractor him at some point, but just seeing what you have. Solid power, great fielder, so strong arm. Definitely would like that in center field, and good speed. And it will help that I still will use the card captain's card. So one thing that will be interesting with this is how I decide to make the team, because with Carp, again, for Season 2, live series cards are a thing because of Carp's boost. So just a reminder, Carp adds 15 power to every Cardinal player, a position player, 10K per 9, 10 walk per 9 boost. Waka on the other side, contact, so all Cardinal batters will have a plus 15 and plus for contact and power from both sides of the plate, and then all Cardinal pitchers plus 10 and hit per 9, clutch, walk per 9, and K per 9. So it makes some of the cards that I have, like, I don't know, maybe a John King, maybe a different version of Sonny Gray, have the captain version, but I could go with his live series version, a more viable option. The bullpen's going to be a mess, but we'll sort all through that. We don't have to worry about that right now, because that is not going to be my primary focus on DD. So there's two things I'm focused on. One, the event. So far, 5 wins. Haven't played a whole bunch, but would like to get maybe not to 35 wins, but get to 25, for sure 20 wins, because I would like that XP. That gets me closer to my second wildcard spot. I know it's still a long way to go to getting towards it, but hey, you see that is 30,000 XP that's just sitting there waiting to be had. So we'll work on that throughout the week. Also, where I also will be focusing most of this time on, at least in the video sense, will be BR. So, pretty cool. I've had my best run ever in BR in Season 1. We went 8-2. Yeah, didn't go flawless, blah, blah, whatever. I still got 8 wins. I've never done that before. I was really excited about it. And was one bad inning away from getting to win number 9. So, pretty cool. In the program, there, of course, is a lot of XP out there. And for going, trying to get to that second wildcard spot, it'll be pretty important. So looking at the program cards, this obviously player missions will be important. Chris Hill is going to definitely make me cringe. There aren't any Cardinal cards that I would be able to use. Or, well, Bader, take that back. So Harrison Bader. This could be a bench bat for the ranked squad, maybe. It's an 87 overall. If there's ever time to use it, maybe now. Solid card. But I don't think anyone will really qualify for what I'm looking for. But I'll look forward to using him in the BR program. But getting all the way to the end, it's Vinny Castilla and Mike Mussina. I probably will go with Mike in this choice. He's got the sinker, cutter, circle change. So sinker and circle change to me, similar movement, different speeds. You got the four-seamer, of course, and then the cutter. I like that. No slider, but that's okay. Even without that, the sinker and cutter combination can work too. Cutter also was very slow. So you look at it, the cutter and the circle change are separated by a mile per hour. Different movement. I'm not used to a cutter being that much slower than the fastball, so we'll see how it plays. First things first, though. We need to draft a team. Before we get there, let's look at the missions. So, obviously, the goal is to get to 100 points. I usually like to get to 110 because of the XP. So, obviously, winning any game will get you 1 point. 10-0 will get you 20. Don't think I'll be able to do that, but hey, never know. Winning 7 on an entry will get you 10. So, that takes 10% of the trip to the flawless program out of the equation. 3,500 PXP in a single BR entry. This one is an interesting one. You have to have a long run or you have to hit really, really well. Two things I tend to struggle with. Hitting ebbs and flows. 15K for 15, 22.5K for 22. So obviously we always shoot for this because by the time you get there, I feel like you probably are going to be done with the program. 25 home runs for 5, 20 Ks for 5, and then 35 hits in a single entry. This is one that I've kind of struggled with. I get close. My hitting ebbs and flows. Really, it's my pitching that carries me. The missions. So 4 players for each. That's 12. Take a look at the players. You can see 300. Batters. And then the silvers are the pitchers. Okay. So if you're doing the math, this is 12. 16, sorry, 4. 16, 32, 48. So 48 points for doing the player missions. I should go back. 48 points for the player missions. 15K. That gives you 63. This will give you 85 without even having to do these. So just doing the player missions, just win some games, will get you to 100. No pressure as long as you don't wait till the end to start like I usually do. So let's draft the squad and see what we'll start with. This is painful for me because the answer should probably be Frank Thomas or Byron Buxton. I know better, but I'm a Cardinal fan. I love Bob Gibson, and I'm going to choose Bob Gibson. Let's just be honest. I'm going to go Bob. All right. Now, BR is always about power, so I know the move is Brandon. I'm a Cardinal fan, so I kind of want to go Bader, but I will go Brandon because I'll probably find a better outfielder. And this is good power. You see 104 versus righties, 92 versus lefties. And as something that David taught me, if you look at the contact and power, so if contact is higher, I don't remember the number right off the top of my head, but if contact is higher, significantly higher than power, that is a contact swing. Lower exit velos. If they are similar, it is a balance swing. Decent exit velos. If power is higher than contact, you have a power swing, higher exit velos. So in this instance, Brandon is going to have a power swing because his power is 15 higher on one side, 21 higher on one side. So that means he's going to generate higher exit velo. So it's not even just that power is a great thing in terms of trying to put up runs and extra base hits. It's that the exit velos will match as well. Thus, you're more likely to have really deep hits if you can get under the ball. So we'll go Brandon first. With the golds, we'll take a look. So Anderson, that's going to be a contact swing. Brown should be a balance swing. Morneau, balance, at least from the right side. Power on the left side. And then Patrick Wisdom, clearly a power swing. We will go with him. Pitching, I guess it really doesn't matter. I'll go with Sale because I know how annoying he is to hit. Does not have the sinker, that's okay. As a matter of fact, Trevino, relief pitcher. I usually like to get the starting pitchers out the way because the relief pitcher you can use more often. All right, Diamond round. Got Tony Clark, switch hitting first baseman. He has no secondary position. Wisdom is a third baseman primary. And a solid fielder, so I can get away with Clark. Or I know JD Martinez. He'd be in right field. Power swing. Go JD. Alright. Definitely got to make sure we get our lefties. No sinker, but that's okay. So we'll take Ham. Got to make sure there are some lefties in the pen. I didn't realize Chris Sale's a lefty bullpen card. Okay, we'll go with that. Batters aren't so good. We'll take a look at the relief pitchers. 5 pitches. Starter has hit per 9 is 63. Well, yeah. We'll take him. Next up, and don't really like these. We'll look at the pitchers. This will also help towards team affinity too. And we'll go with starting pitcher. You just have to get through 3 batters. Okay. Not getting a lot of help here. I guess we'll take Colin. Take the sinker. Taiwan Walker. Justin or Josh Bell. Bell. He could at the very least be a bench bat. Or Walker, who has a sinker. We'll go with Walker. All right. Silvers, Carlos Santana, Dylan Moore. I personally probably would want to go pitcher here, but I'll go with Santana because he's a switch hitter. Some flexibility in the lineup. Bobby Miller, just because of his velo, he should be outwired. Yep, sinker and fastball. So go with Bobby Miller. Easy choice for me. This one, feel like it'll be Tyon. So starting pitchers done. Contact swing, solid speed. Chad Green. I don't really like how this bullpen is starting to set up, but that's okay. Bednar would help. Speed, Dylan Moore, Cal. So hard to make sure that you get a solid catcher. There's not a lot of them, and I don't really hit well with many of them anyway. See, don't hit well with Cal so far. Just 1 for 7, but I'll end up taking Cal. Cool. So tempted to take Ryan Reynolds. I am going to have to get some outfielders at some point because I don't have good ones right now. This could be a kind of a sneaky starter. Go with him. But now we're really going to have to start to focus on Guys, this is silver. We'll take Brooks. Playing with fire here. All right, Kiermaier is going to have to be chosen regardless of how I feel about Tate. The Tate would be actually a good one given the inside edge plus 10, but because of fielding, I need to go Kiermaier. If nothing else, 99 reaction and fielding, speed's 80. We have to go with it because we have to have some decent fielding out there. And then Schwarber pops up. Never hit well with him. But you see, one hit, home run. Gotta take Schwarber. Mondesi. Still a glitchy swing. Bummer actually would be really good, but I have too many lefties as it is now. Like, if I took him, I feel like he'd have to be a starter. But we'll go Mondesi. Okay, Silver. Can't go Kirby. Don't like his pitch mix. Go Rosario, if for nothing else, just because of his speed. I don't really like any of the options I have here. And can't be Kirby though. We'll go Rosario. Let's see if we can get one more solid bat. Taylor Trammell. Slider cutter. There's not much else though. We'll go. I want to go Meneses. We'll go Trammell. All right. Carlos Pena, massive power, but he can only play first. I mean, Santana would have to DH, and we'd have to find. I could do that though. Rosario was going to be a bench bat anyway. That wouldn't be bad. We'll take Pena. That's a lot of power. It's really hard to pass that up. Alright, 3 spots left. 2 benches and a relief pitcher. Too many lefties at this point, even though I wouldn't mind taking this. Just too many. Because that'd give me 5. I would need another righty. Really, none of these batters offer anything other than a swing type. Go with him. Alright. Will Vest will have to be the move to make sure we get a righty. Ooh, Johnny. BR Goon. Or Sheffield. Go with Johnny. Alright, now to try to put together some symbols to the lineup. So Pena has to be in. Santana also has to be in. So Santana at DH. Pena there. Johnny is the tough one. He could play short. Mondesi, but I would like Mondesi in because of his glitchiness. I think, though, in this instance, I probably would go Johnny. Not a huge sample size, but batting .333 is hard to pass that up. So, JD is a card that I need to hit with, as is Wisdom. I have to be conscious of where they are in the lineup, and Brandon. Actually, yeah. Always have trouble with lineup construction. I need to figure this out at some point in my life. We will go JD first, Brandon second, Wisdom third, Pena fourth, Johnny 5, Schwarber because I don't hit well with him 6, Cal 7, Kiermaier 8, Rosario shouldn't be there, that should be Pena. Actually opens that up, and then that would be Santana. And swap those two. Swap them all together. So Santana 7th, Cal 8, and Kiermaier 9. And that'll be the lineup.